Hello everyone, welcome to another video from the Dirt Nerds podcast channel. Elliott here again, bringing you a new video. As I look outside, it's nice and cold and blustery, and gosh, guess what? Winter is almost here. Actually, they're calling for snow next week, so I'm not looking forward to that. But this week, this video, I figured I would do something a little different. If you listen to the podcast, you hear us talk about our new studio. And I figured, hey, let's take a little tour of the studio. I got a lot of cool racing stuff in here, some relics, stuff maybe you're interested in, maybe you're not. I have one more racing video to put out there, but I just want to do something a little different this week. So, I'll do a quick studio tour, see what all I got in here. Me and Duane, this is our podcast studio as well. It's kind of a mess all the time. My wife said, clean it out. Well, it's just always a mess, to be honest. It's always a little unorganized, but I'm lucky enough my wife let me have this room. This is a spare room in our house that she let me convert. We painted it, changed the little things for some soundproofing, nothing huge by any means. Moved some furniture around, bought some furniture to make it a studio. If you listen last year, actually it'd be earlier this year. Sorry, you hear my dogs in the background. Earlier this year, Devin and Ryan actually came over and we did a podcast. So I have a 4-person setup, microphone setup in here. Maybe not like the most professional, but definitely works. Looks still comfortable and cool. Cool place to do like a podcast like we did. All 4 of us sitting around talking and hanging out. So let's take a little trip around the office / studio. And I'll show you all the racing stuff I have around here. Maybe some of it's cool to you. Maybe it's not, but who knows. We'll let you judge. Comment below as we're doing this, what's your favorite item you've seen in this office? What's the coolest thing that in your opinion, what's cool and why is it cool? How about that? Do that for me. I don't know what's cool. I just know what I like, and some of it's cool, maybe. Some of it's not. So we'll go from there. All right, let's turn around and let's give ourselves a little studio tour. All right. Well, sorry the lighting's not the greatest in here. We'll work on that. We're not full professional YouTubers or anything by any means, so I don't have a great lighting setup. But let's start on the desk. Like I said, it's always a little messy in here, so I apologize. But this is kind of the studio setup, if you will. There's the mixer we got for 4 mics and some extra channels for calls and such thing. There's the old laptop. Got to have one of those. My little tchotchkes corner, my sunglasses. Hey, look at that. Dirt Nerds decals. If you want one, hit us up on social media. Go leave us a message with your address. We'll send you one. It's that easy. So this corner, kind of cool. You see the Dirt Nerd sign there. A guy, Jason's Signs on Facebook made that for me. About $70 I paid for that. Got it shipped and everything, but turned out pretty cool. So that's kind of the centerpiece of the wall for the studio. Really cool thing. This here is a Jack Hewitt collage I actually got at the Hoserville auction that our buddy Duane is in charge of every year. It's a cool collage of some, get a little closer, some new Jack new Jack Hewitt, old Jack Hewitt. That's right, he was in a late model time or two, as you see there. This is just kind of a wall of drivers, we'll say. I started out with those top 2. That is Jack Hottenshield in the R19. That is Tyler Esch in the 35. He ran All-Stars that year and actually got hurt at Eldora Speedway. And it was a item for sale at the auction, at Hoserville's auctions. That is a Tony Stewart signed picture. That piece, as you see, is Scott Bloomquist. I'm a late model guy. Boomer was kind of always my dude for the longest time. My dad actually made this picture. He took all the pictures and made it. He got rid of it out of his office because he was putting some new stuff up. Asked me if I wanted it, and that was like my first car. That Yin Yang car was like the first cool car I remember seeing as a kid. If you remember back in the day, a lot of people might have like tins. We had some oval-shaped like tins for decoration. I don't know if they're cookie tins or what the hell they were, but Dad literally just put them over the pictures and cut out around them and probably just taped together, but I just thought it was a cool picture. So here you'll see blank space. That's just because I'm leaving room for more pictures in the future. So hopefully we'll get this whole wall all the way down covered up one of these days. But for now, we're starting off slow with 4. We'll get more, no problem. You see this corner, we got another microphone. This is usually where Duane sits. I usually sit here at the office. There's my microphone. We got Duane's with the nice little pink fuzzy on her. My wife did that especially for Duane. You see in the corner here, we got a Dirt Nerds banner. We actually did a live podcast last year and had a little banner made. So still got that just sitting there in the corner. This is kind of a cool pictures my dad took over the years of different cars, different drivers. There's Jack Hewitt, Shannon Babb, Shane Yote. Actually, that was my Uncle Bill. There's 2 of my Uncle Bill back in the day. Some more of Uncle Bill. Cousin Kenny when he was 37. Keith Burner, Steve Francis, Davey Johnson. All kinds of cars in here. So I thought it was cool just to kind of get all of our pictures in one place. So we'll go to the wall now. As you see, there's a couple of magazines here, so kind of cool magazine articles here. Sorry, I'm trying not to get in the glare. This one is Chris Ferguson. First article I ever wrote that got published in One Dirt magazine. That was actually like the first time me and Fergie officially met. That's been 3 years ago now, actually. And Fergie was nice enough. I reached to him out of the blue and talked to him for like an hour and a half on the phone to get some quotes and talk about stuff, and it got published in One Dirt there. Actually cool is me and Fergie are still buddies to this day, and talk every time we're at the racetrack, and I'll text him and he'll text me every once in a while. So definitely cool piece there. So this one is actually about Cruz Pedregon's GM, general manager, and met him at Indiana Comic-Con one year. Actually saw on Twitter he was going to be there. Did a little research, and I just reached out to him and said, hey dude, I'd like to talk to you. I'm into comics, hence the name Dirt Nerds, right? I'm into that Comic-Con type stuff, pop culture stuff, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, all that stuff. So wondered if you want to talk a little bit about that and what you got going. He's actually a racer himself. You'll see his helmet there, painted like Venom. Cox is his name. Pretty cool guy. There's a picture of me, him, and Cruz from the PRI show a couple years ago. And then Cruz actually still has dirt cars. Hasn't gotten them out much. Been busy with the drag racing stuff, but they're definitely dirt guys as well as the drag racing guys. So pretty cool there. Well, the couch here is actually my wife's dead grandma's couch. It was free, given to her, so we figured, hey, we'll use it for a studio couch. Actually, it's kind of nice. It's actually really comfortable, believe it or not, as old as it is. But you probably see the Tony Stewart stuff lined up here. And that actually came from Hoserville. There'll be another video explaining more about all the Tony Stewart stuff I have. I actually have a Tony Stewart Christmas tree I'm going to be putting up, and I will explain all the Tony Stewart stuff there. But one thing I happened to purchase included some blankets and some pillows as well. So I figured, hey, racing in the studio, we've got some cool pieces of flair to add. So hey, fits well there. Moving to this corner, put up a couple shelves. Actually got a third one I just haven't put up yet, but a couple things going on up here. Got the Bob Feller, it's not a bobblehead, but free statue thing. More Tony Stewart stuff, again, came all in one package. Beer Barrel Bourbon bottle. Lane Racing, the number 4, Cap Henry drives for them currently. Out of Michigan, they're friends of the podcast, friends of the show. So we actually reviewed a bottle of Beer Barrel Bourbon on our podcast. So they were nice enough to give me the bottle, and me and Duane actually reviewed it. So I kept that one around. Plus, it's a cool bottle. I actually like bourbon a lot. I'm a pretty big bourbon guy, and that's actually a very well tasting bourbon for a cheap bottle. So I highly recommend it if you get a chance. Over here, you see the little Jack Hot and Shield 22, another Hoserville purchase. Valhalla Java, that is actually Zach Wilde, the heavy metal guitarist's brand of coffee. My wife bought me that for Christmas one year, thought the box was cool, so I'd keep it around. This is actually my family's race car in a die-cast version. Here you'll see the Chris Ferguson white mini door panel. At the World 100 year, I had to buy that because I thought the white scheme was pretty darn cool. I'm actually a Formula One fan, have been for a while as well. That is actually Juan Montoya from back when he raced for BMW, Williams BMW, back in the day. I got that thing for Christmas a long time ago and just always liked it. Always liked Formula One, so I figured I'd keep it around. So going to this corner, we got two rock and roll legends. I'm actually a big music guy, so Johnny Cash and Lemmy Kilmister are huge influences in music and damn good artists, if I do say so myself. I actually got those at Indiana Comic-Con a few years ago. There's an artist out there. His name is Nate Michaels. He's on Instagram. He's got some really cool artwork, and those two I just thought were really cool. So again, this corner, pretty bare. Gonna make it into kind of a wall of legends, if you will, and those are the first two I have, and we'll keep going with that as time goes as well. Here's my third podcast station for when we have more than two guests in here. Works out pretty well on the Tony Stewart couch. There's actually my fourth microphone. It's supposed to, it'll hang up behind me. I'll show you that. Here's some quick Jeep Hero cards I made for my cousin for like a family appreciation night or kid appreciation night. Here I have some Team Jan bracelets. Paul McMahon's wife, Jan McMahon, actually has breast cancer. These are bracelets that he came out with, just to help raise some funds and some awareness. Shannon Saldana was actually selling them. So I naturally said, hey, give me a bunch of them. I actually didn't know how much they cost. I just said, give me a number or whatever, and it was it's like $5 a bracelet. So I spent quite a bit on those. I just got a bunch of them to hand out for whoever wants them. We go to the top of my bookshelf. As you see here, try to keep the glare to a minimum. Got the Jack Hodenshield hauler and sprint car, another Hoserville item. Greg Biffle car, all this NASCAR stuff right here in front came and these two Indy cars back here all came from a Hoserville like grab bag. I just bought a box full of die cast and those happen to be in there, so I figured I'd display them. This, however, I took the sticker off. Jeff Gordon and the number 40 from back in the day. That was $4 at another crafts festival. They had kind of a garage sale type stand or two, and that happened to be at one of them, so I snagged that up real fast. Here's another kind of find, like from that same craft show I got the Gordon car at. Got the red dog on her. It was like $5 or something. I just thought it was cool. I don't have any mini helmets from back in the day. I remember when they used to make a bunch of them. So, thought that was cool. Red dog. This, I actually took my nephew to Legoland. He was in the hospital and we took him out and got him some Legos. So naturally, Formula One, as I said, I'm a fan of. Had a Formula One Ferrari Lego set. And I said, well, Uncle Elliott wants that one. So I ended up buying that. Don't know if I'll ever put it together or not, but pretty cool. Got some, little crewman station and everything with it. So, kind of a cool piece there. Something racing in a Lego store, you just gotta buy it, you know what I mean? So that is a tour of the studio / office. Hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, growing a little bit of the facial hair out. No Shave November's here. Not doing it for charity or anything, I just don't like shaving that much, so it gives me an excuse to grow it out. So as you see these videos, it's not going to look white trashy like this all the time. It'll get a little better, I promise. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tour of the office. So that's it for now. Thank you, as always, for watching and tuning in. If you don't already, hit up our podcast. We're on Apple iTunes, Apple Podcast app now, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, and iHeartRadio, and some other ones out there. If you Google Dirt Nerds Podcast, it'll come up real fast. So thanks, everyone, for support. Last video got a lot of views and a lot of new subscribers, so I really appreciate that. Again, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment on the videos. Again, comment, what cool stuff do you have in your office, and what do you think in my office is kind of cool, and why do you think it's cool? Comment below. I like to see all the racing fans out there. We all kind of have our own, niches of what we like. Let me know what you have, what you think's cool in your office, or your studio, or your man cave. For that, that's it. Again, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next video. Racing season's over for us. Moment of silence. Okay, it'll be here in a few months, though. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.